Welcome to this week's episode of eThekwini Matters. My name is Zimbili Mazibuko, your host. eThekwini Municipality will be hosting the 5th Annual Durban Tourism Business Awards at the Durban ICC. The awards will honor and reward local tourist businesses that are excelling and aim to further promote Durban. The awards, which are gaining momentum, are the brainchild of Durban Tourism and aim to further promote destination Durban. For more information, you can visit www.durbantourismaward.com. And in studio today, we are honored to be visited by our very own Deputy Director of Durban Tourism, Miss Winnie Lemkungwa. Sibingelele sikwamkele namhlanje on eThekwini Matters.
Thank you, my lady.
It's an honor.
It's an honor to be here, and we're really looking forward to this conversation and conversing with our viewers through such a very important, exciting project that collectively we could take things to greater heights.
The Durban Tourism Business Awards are celebrating 5 years this year. Just take us through the journey of these awards and the highlights of some of the milestones.
All right. Thank you, Zimbili. I think as per your introduction, you've indicated that these awards are a brainchild of Durban Tourism. So they started in 2021, whereby it was just the time when we were recovering from COVID. And one of the sectors that was affected in a big way was tourism, because we couldn't travel and some tourism businesses closed down. And for us as Durban Tourism, we did observe that there are businesses that within the test of time and the challenges of COVID, they were still, there surviving and making sure that as the city of Durban, we still have products to sell. So we then realized that it's about time that we do recognize the businesses in terms of excellence, and the recognizing them and appreciating them for the contribution they are doing in the tourism sector, because as government, we really don't own, a lot of the businesses. I think 80% is private sector. So in terms of that vehicle and project starting up, it came up because of that, to say we need to recognize the businesses. We also need to recognize the quality, because they were still not compromising in terms of quality, because in tourism it's very important that product quality is high standard and not compromised, simply because there's also the grading element. So that is how it came about, to say COVID or no COVID, they are actually still thriving and making sure that they are, against all odds, still standing, and making sure that as a destination we've got product offerings. Then let's recognize them. It was beyond saying, because a lot of interventions were like a grant and everything. We said, no, let's build a program that creates legacy. Because imagine if we had a grant, they would have gotten their 60,000 and then it's all gone. So year on year, it's 5 years now. And that is what it became important, that it's beyond just the once off money, but it's about creating legacy, creating recognition, and also just stimulating innovation. Because COVID actually said to all of us, especially within tourism, new way of doing things. Let us evolve. So it's also encouraging that kind of attitude into the businesses, and that we are actually then recognizing it as the city of Durban through Durban Tourism.
Still on that, why should tourism businesses in Durban consider, sending through their entries?
It's very important. I think when you say awards, it's about recognition of excellence, and it's a prestigious recognition because it's merits. It then says, here you are operating, but how then do you benchmark if you are really within that standard? Because we want to recognize you, and we want you to actually get what you deserve. So it's important then for businesses to actually, apply, because even for them, remember, as they grow, they are operating within a competitive environment. Yes. They are operating within industry standards. So it also helps that if they enter the awards, depending on what category they would win or position, first, second, or third, but even if they don't win, because there is only certain categories that can win, but it enables them them in terms of exposure, in terms of actually seeing, the gaps if they don't actually make it to the top 3 and then improve. And also the networking element to say, all right, here we are, we did enter, but let us then engage with the other, businesses within the pool of applications, and also just making sure that you are not sitting in your own space and not being part of the whole pool of applications for recognition. So it is very actually important for the businesses to actually, enter. Not, yes, the first prize is to win and be the top, However, it's beyond that. It's about growth. It's about recognizing, how to evolve based on the standards that are set. Because if you don't benchmark yourself against standards, you will not be able to know in terms of growth. Yes, again, you also benchmark around what the industry, offering is looking for in terms of, service level standards. So it's very important that businesses participate in this also for networking, for exposure, and also primarily for the recognition.
Yes, I love that. Thank you so much, Winile, for that. Then how do we make sure that these awards contribute especially to the success of the city's tourism sector?
These awards, they are not just awards as a nice to have, right? While there is recognition, but the businesses, they are being when they enter, and they are evaluated and adjudicated against a certain standard. And also within any industry, because these businesses are the attractions, these businesses are the experiences. So they are a very serious tool for destination promotion. So as a destination, if we demonstrate that we are having these awards, which are more of a competitive and stimulus for businesses to really elevate their game and their offering, then the visitor observes this and say, hey, Durban is really having these awards, which actually trigger businesses to up their game through this recognition and motivate them. So Durban really has like quality offering, and it's not just taking the visitor for granted. It is making sure that throughout the year or in a particular, period of recognition, if a business was at a certain level previously, in anticipation to what they would achieve or accomplish in the awards, they would definitely up their game. And if maybe the previous year they did not make it, then they understand where the gaps are, and they are able then in the next year to up their game. And it's not only one business, it's just a pool of businesses, which does what? It elevates the standard of the offering that the destination is doing, and brand, equity, because across the world in terms of tourism, we've got the World Travel Awards. So they recognize destinations. So if, for example, our Durban ICC is recognizing that global standard, what it does, the visitors get to know through that global platform that, oh, there is a Durban International Convention Center. So same thing with the businesses in Durban. If through these awards, because we do have, from the analytics, we do have people that come and visit our website that are from international countries, because that is how far the awards are actually, recognized. So those people in this different source markets, it could be China, it could be USA, it could be, Europe, they then see to say, all right, here we are, the awards are happening, here are the businesses that have entered. So it means Durban is doing something. Then let me put Durban in my basket of, destinations to visit. So it gives a ripple effect in terms of contributing to the economy, beyond just people getting trophies, people getting the money, people getting the certificate. It's also about stimulating the awareness of visitor confidence as people and visitors, travelers, they see that, all right, the businesses are actually being motivated to up their game in readiness for our, desires as visitors.
Then how do businesses enter for the awards?
So businesses, I would like to just touch on the different categories quickly so that
That's
the
fine.
viewers can be aware in terms of what really do these awards entail.
Yes.
So there's a variety of categories which we encourage our potential businesses and those that would like to nominate those businesses to actually visit the website, which is Durban Tourism Awards, and there's a whole list of the categories. We've got accommodation category, which is a hotel and non-hotel, because we just want to make sure that different businesses in the value chain are also accommodated. We have also including the rickshaw pullers as far as informal tourism businesses, the crafters, because they form part of the value chain. We've got tour operators, we've got tour guides category. We also have categories of filmmaking, because as a destination, film plays a vital role in promoting the destination. So we're recognizing production houses that actually come to the destination to shoot, films. Could be a documentary, it could be a soapy or anything that actually promotes the destination. Because when somebody is taking, those shots and making a production, and it actually, shows in the high end, television channels, then it's important that we recognize those people. So there's a variety of categories, including event promoters, because as a destination, we call ourselves as Africa's playground. So where do we play? We play in the events, as we have a whole, series of events in the pipeline as we heading up to the Easter season. From festive season, we also had a whole of events. So we're recognizing those people because they are businesses in the eventing space who conceptualize these ideas, and they believe in the destination, and they put in their money to say, I want my event to be in Durban. I want to bring visitors to Durban. I want, to promote the economy and grow the tourism economy of Durban. So we're recognizing those. So we encourage people to visit the website, and they will see the different categories at which they can enter. And we encourage them to really enter because it is closing on the 23rd of March. It opened for like 2 or 3 months. So it's really crunch time now. People must really not miss out on this opportunity. And if they have inquiries, there's an inquiry, details there. So we do encourage people to visit our website for the awards, to also visit our social media platforms in terms of at Durban Tourism. It could be Instagram, it could be Facebook, it could be LinkedIn. We're all over because we want people to actually participate. Also, what I'd like to just touch on is to say we've had success stories, in terms of ever since we started, people winning prize monies, the first prize position, second prize certificates, but also tools of trade in terms of as businesses, because we understood that from COVID, the cash flow was not really the best. So to avoid them rechanneling the money to other things, because it's just a natural temptation due to socioeconomic challenges, we felt that let us give them tools of trade that would directly go to the businesses. And how now we are doing it, because we recognize that if you prescribe what a business must win, if you say they must win a tablet or they must win a printer or whatever, as a collaboration, the winners, we're asking them this year around as part of the recognition and a milestone of 5 years anniversary, that after they win, they then guide us what tool they need, because we don't want to use a blanket approach and just think people need tablets, they need this. So that is the approach, because we don't want it to be a top-down approach, but we want to support them in terms of just bringing in the tools of trade that they need in their businesses. So that is how they can actually be able to enter into the awards. And then also, as part of driving awareness, what happens, which would like viewers to actually look out for, is after the closing date happens on the 23rd of March, there's then a drive, because then that is where the entries will then be publicized. And then we also want the participation of the visitors, because it's one thing for you to enter as a tourism businesses. The greatest measure of how you are performing becomes the visitor. That's why in tourism we have what we call reviews. So we then also would like the voice of the visitors, and that is where we then pick up that there are visitors or people that are following us from globally, China and all that, because we've got the graphical illustration to demonstrate that the people that have come in to actually, sort of vote, a preliminary vote in terms of these businesses, this is how I've experienced, and yes, I'm vouching for it. So that is a sort of a visitor and public awareness drive that actually happens. So it's important that the businesses are also aware of that, so that as they enter, the information is as accurate as possible. It's not just the city and the judges, a panel of judges, independent panel of judges that make the decision, but there's also a voice of the visitors, which makes sure that we still maintain the integrity of the process.
Sounds very interesting.
Thank
We're looking forward to the awards. Tell us more about the Durban tourism plans for the Easter season.
All right, so Durban is buzzing. From the momentum we've had in the festive season. Just now, we've unveiled new products. If you look around the city, the city is so beautiful. We've got our 2 statues of our giants, and that speaks to our culture and heritage tourism. And it's very important because globally, cultural tourism, you go to China, they will take you to their botanical gardens, they will take you to, their cultural experiences, because it's all about edutainment. It's all about telling the story, because you can never bury that story. It's our identity. So as we speak, tourists are actually flocking in, so those are just the exciting things, thanks to our Parks and Recreation and Cultural Directorate. But coming back to the fun, Easter season is upon us.
Yes.
And we say people must actually visit our website to book very nice and lovely packages, discounted packages that are broadcasted by our private sector. And we've got a series of events that are in the pipeline. So if they visit our social media platforms, our website, they are going to see those events that are in the pipeline. And it's events for everybody. We've got events in the parks, we've got events in, Durban ICC. Easter, we know it's like a religious, period. So that accommodation is there in terms of some gospel festivals, in terms of some park, festivals, as well as in the beachfront and the different attractions, because it's a family time, And while we're getting into, autumn, we still say Durban is the warmest place to be. It's not going to be chilled in terms of, the weather. It's still open, lovely beach, warm waters, so people can actually, choose to come to Durban. And inland adventures, we go to the waterfalls, we go to, bungee jumping up, down, South Coast, so safari. So it's a whole basket. So I wouldn't be able to finish it all now, but we say it's a bumper Easter season that we are looking forward to. And we really encourage our visitors to still choose Durban. And one of the things I'd like to just indicate is that we had a serious setback around the previous challenges, which was as a result of the climate, weather conditions, and affected our beaches. But if you look at the trend from festive season, those beaches have been, open, and people can come to Durban a beach, because we know that is what they love. We unique like that in terms of that unique experience. But there's many other experiences over and above the beachfront.
Would you wish to add anything else?
So my last a comment is to say, as Durban, we still position ourselves as a global premium destination. It's not us blowing our own horn. Recently, we have been listed at number 14 by the Times Out Worldwide, which is a very credible global, a destination profiling engine. So if they say that, the visitors must believe that, and we're really excited about that, and we want to promise them that we are indeed living up to that, because Durban is a destination that has been through a lot, but we really turned the corner. And when they come, they will actually have that unforgettable experience, and as a destination that is primarily the destinations to visit. And by the way, within South Africa, we didn't compete with anybody. We stood out. And then the other city in Africa was Morocco. So for me, I'd like to really encourage people to really realize that we must not live in the past. We must move on. And the leadership of the city of Durban takes the tourism seriously, and let us move together in terms of saying Durban is indeed here, rolling the red carpet, and we've got a series of big events that are in the pipeline. We've got the Metro FM Music Awards that are in the pipeline, so it's within that period of the Easter and Winter Freedom Month. So there's a whole lot. The Comrades Marathon, because sporting tourism is what we've got. A Tour Durban, a cycling race. So Durban is really Africa's playground, and
Yes.
visitors must not miss out. They must just come and enjoy the endless waves of tranquility. And you find that only in Durban.
Sibhizi eThekwini.
Kakhulu.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Mm.
That was Winnie Mdungwa, who's the Deputy Director of Durban Tourism. Sibhizi eThekwini, you heard it. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Zimbili Mazibuko, and from the rest of the team, it's goodbye. See you next time. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe.